All right, so I want to do another video for you guys. This time kind of getting into a little bit more of the details of entries. Because I realized on my last video I didn't really talk about the actual inner workings of the entry and some of the advantages of being on Warriors Archive, especially for the students. So I was going to take a second and show you that. So we'll go ahead and get started then. Basically, we already kind of covered what collections and entries kind of look like, and from a student's perspective and some of the features we have. But I wanted to go in a little bit more detail and show you the entry itself. So I'm going to go ahead and click into just a basic thing. Let's go ahead and just do a basic roundhouse kick. So right in here, students have access all the way to this point, and I can, by the way, separate this for different ranks. So this is my basic level, so any of my white belts to I think orange belt or so get access to this. But then I can also separate it for forms or other things that I only want my advanced students to get. But we can talk about that another time. Here we go in the roundhouse kick. So like I said, I'm in admin view right now. And so keep in mind it'll look a little bit different for my students, a little bit cleaner and sleeker for them. But for me, I have a little bit more access and more tools. So obviously the video shows up right here, and that's pretty typical of YouTube. But here's actually a really cool feature we added. It's called the key points feature. And in this feature, we can actually separate, say, to our beginners, like here are the main things you need to focus on as a beginner. Toes pointed, hips rotates, etc. You can kind of read through that. That's my criteria for it and what they should focus on. But you can actually customize this to whatever you want. And then I can always upload a purpose of the video, like why do we do roundhouse kicks, what's its goal, what's its purpose, obviously title. What we can also get into too is when we're doing this, I can actually slow it down by going here into the settings. Oh, shoot, let's see. Yeah, here we go. I can go to speed and I can lower it down to 0.25 speed, and this allows obviously for your students to really slow down what you're doing. So if you're doing a form or these roundhouse kicks, they're able to slow down and kind of check it out at a smaller pace, watch the little details of maybe the foot rotation, things like that. So we wanted to make it again good for your students as a great resource that can continue teaching them even though you might not be having classes, as we are in 2020 right now. So yeah, you can see, and we have a lot of different features that we play with. Like I said, I already talked about key points. We can have description here, which is, it can be anything you really want. And I'll show you real quick a little cool edit detail at a key points. Here we go. I can change different things too. So I can have sub points and main points. Now obviously I did it with beginner, intermediate, advanced, but you can do honestly anything you want. That's kind of what Warriors Archive is for, is to allow customization for each program, each school. Everybody does a little bit different. We want to make sure it worked for everyone. So anyways, that's just a little extra talking about the entry. So I hope you guys enjoy that.